Hey, I'm David Essel, master life coach, relationship coach, addiction recovery coach, so many more things, author, radio, TV host. I wanted to talk today about what I refer to as reality dating. And I'm going to laugh because so many times when people come in and they go, I'm just ready to find that incredible love of my life, and I'm so sick and tired of the dating world, or I haven't been in the dating world in a long time and I want to go back into it. Like, how do I deal with it? With everyone, I teach them the same type of model of behavior when it comes to dating, and I call it reality dating. Now, reality dating is exactly that. It's like getting rid of the prince, the princess, the savior. Getting rid of the white knight. Getting rid of that. When I get this relationship, everything is going to be perfect. That's one of the first steps we hit when we talk about reality dating. Number one is that there is no prince or princess or knight or knightress or queen or king that's going to come into your life and solve everything. Now, unfortunately, when you look at the media, the news, dating books, relationships books, there's a lot of them out there. Of course, fantasy stories that will tell you that if you just had this, if you just had this partnership, if you just had a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband and wife, whatever it might be, that life would be complete. If you look at how many times a day that you might flip through a magazine, or you see a billboard or a radio advertisement or a television advertisement, maybe from Match.com or eHarmony or any of them, they give us that feeling that the biggest thing that we're losing out on life is the fact that we don't have a relationship. As a matter of fact, the biggest loser is us. Isn't it amazing? When you think about it, all of these different ad campaigns are designed to make us feel like we're not enough as we are. Now, I'm the first one to tell you that relationships are awesome. Relationships are fantastic. Most of us, as a matter of fact, I was on a radio show the other day talking about this, and I'm going to say about 95% of the world's population is here to be in relationship, in a romantic relationship. The 5% that aren't are those that are nuns and priests and monks and who take celibacy as a part of their life vow. But for the other 95% of the world's population, we actually learn by being in a relationship, whether it's dating or marriage or whatever it might be. Through commitment, we can learn so much. Sometimes people will go from one relationship to the next, and if they're conscious and awake and aware, they can do reality dating. They can look at all these different people they're dating either at the same time or one after another and learn about themselves. So number one is shatter the image about the fact that there's going to be someone who's going to save you, complete you, make you whole. It's not going to happen. Number two, look at dating as an opportunity to get to know more about yourself. Sometimes when people come in, they'll go, I'm just failing at dating. They'll think it's all negative because they don't have a partner, when in actuality, I'll say, let's do a list. And maybe if you're dating right now, you can write this down. What are all the things I'm learning that I do not want in a partner? Now, that's crucially important. It's not just what you want, it's figuring out what don't I want. So, I don't want someone, I thought I really wanted someone that followed these certain characteristics, and I'm finding out, no, I don't. I don't want someone that's out partying all the time. Or maybe I do want someone who's out partying all the time. But, I don't want to be with someone who just sits and watches TV. Or maybe I do want someone who just sits and watches TV. Many women that I work with that are in their mid-20s to 35 or even 40 come to this realization that they're done with the club scene. They're done with the partying. And so while a lot of their friends are still out there doing their thing and going to clubs Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights, they're over it. So they start to find out what they don't want. That's number two. Number three is going to be willing. Now, this is a crucially important one. To be willing to pull the plug early in a relationship. Now, what does that mean? I remember a number of years ago, I used to laugh with some of my friends, and I don't say this very often, but if you take it as a tongue-in-cheek, this is what I called a machete dating. Machete dating is when you are so clear about what you will put up with and what you won't put up with that people have a tendency to stay in your life very short periods of time. In other words, the machete's out, bam, you feel so secure. You feel so comfortable about the type of person that you're looking for, that you're willing to let people go pretty quickly. In other words, enough of the BS, enough of the fooling around. I'm not going to deal with someone who is A, B, C, D, or E. Whatever your deal killers are, you're very, very secure with them. You write them down like these things just aren't going to work for me. And if you meet someone and at first they say, no, I don't drink that much, or I don't smoke, or, whatever it might be. Yes, I'm totally over my past relationship and I always tell the truth. And then you find out that some of these things they're saying aren't true, that they still haven't figured out their last relationship, and that they only smoke when they're stressed, and they only drink when they're stressed, but they're smoking and drinking quite a bit now, is that you say, I'm sorry, I know it's only been 2 weeks or we've gone out like 3 or 4 times, but this just isn't cutting it for me. Because you have it so clear. Some clients I've helped with that, then this has been a major one, is their faith. They say, I could date someone from any faiths, but when it really came down to it, they were looking for someone specific that had the same belief system they did. And then they need to stay really strong within that belief system. Some people say, I really want to be with an individual that works out in the gym. And so they go, okay, well, I'll stretch my boundaries. But when it came down to it, that was a deal killer for them. I'm not here to judge right or wrong with anyone. I'm here to guide. And so if you're in the world of dating and you want to get very real with the reality dating that we're talking about, re-watch this video. Re-watch it, because I've given you a ton of information. The most important thing is to be real with yourself. Don't worry about what your friends say. Don't worry about what your family says about the time. Oh my gosh, you better be in a relationship. Or why has it been so long since you've been in a relationship? Or how can you be such a great guy and a great girl in this world and be single? Don't worry about that. Reality dating, if you're looking for someone to stay with for any length of time at all, has to be done in the format that I just gave you. So again, watch this again. Get really clear. Have a pen or paper out the second time and write down these notes so that you can go into the world of dating and come out successful. Remember, join our YouTube subscription here. Go ahead and sign up so that every time we come out with a new video, whether it's on mind, body, spirit, relationships, career, whatever it is, that it gets sent directly to you. If I can help you in any way whatsoever, send me an email at talkdavid.com, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye now.